and welcome everybody to the Power Ninja Networking Live Blab. I'm Delator McNeil II. I'm so excited and pumped to be here with you all, and we're going to have an incredible time about this whole conversation about ninja networking and live event strategies. I'm Delator McNeil, peak performance expert, renowned keynote speaker, and I'm really pumped and excited to be here with you. We're going to have an awesome time. Go ahead and throw them hands up for your boy. We got an awesome group of amazing entrepreneurs here on the line, people who are networkers, people who are ninjas in the space of what it means to network and to do live events. And we've got a live event coming up right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida on Thursday night, November the 19th. We're having the baddest, coolest, most crunk ninja crowdfunding party in all of Tampa Bay. Can I get some noise from my
it's going to be hot.
We're really excited about it. So make sure you make plans to join us on Thursday night. If you're in the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, if I don't care if you're in Orlando, Sarasota, South Florida, drive. Come on, somebody. You do not want to miss this incredible event. There are some bananas, incredible business experts that are going to be there. It's an absolutely free event, and we want you to be a part of it. So this is kind of like a preview to the event. This is like a pre-event to the event. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm excited to be kind of hosting this, and everybody, one of y'all speakers post the actual link that people can go to register. So Lee, will you go in and type it in?
Yep.
The link that people can go to, or Celestine, either one of y'all, type in the link where people can go to register for our event on Thursday night. It's going to be bananas. You talk about 8 of the top speakers in Tampa Bay area converging together for a party. Y'all, we going to party. We going to Soul Train line. I got clappers here. I got my, just so y'all know, I got a brother got my clappers ready. It's about to be bananas. We about to have a party up in here, and y'all wonder, that's a picture of me with an audience in the background. Yeah, that's how I roll. Anyway, don't judge me. So I'm excited I'm excited for this afternoon's conversation as we talk about ninja networking and we talk about live event strategies. And all of us on this line are business owners, and we all run our businesses at different levels, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the things that we can all agree on that's vitally important is the importance of networking and the importance of what it means to attend live events. I love virtual events. Like this right here is a virtual event, which is incredible, but it's virtual and it's live kind of at the same time because we got eyeball to eyeball, we got belly to belly, heart to heart, chest to chest kind of a thing. So I want us to kind of begin by introducing each other, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic to Steve, and Steve, you can pass it to Lee, and Lee, you can pass it to Celestine. And really quickly, just take 30 seconds, introduce yourself to everybody on Blab, and tell them who you are and tell them why you're so passionate about networking. We'll start with you, Steve, and then we'll get into some of the questions and the content that we want to cover on this Blab so we can drop it like it's hot on some folks and bring the fire.
All right. Good deal. Well, hello, everybody. This is Steve Hopper here in Tampa, Florida. Very excited to be on here today. I own a company, leadership development company called Ability to Influence. Because I firmly believe that our ability to be successful in business and life is going to greatly depend upon our ability to influence other people in a positive way. So I'm extremely excited to be on here. I've built my business based off of networking, based off of shaking those hands, developing those relationships. Right. I've learned a lot of things along the way, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to be partnered with some amazing leaders and have the opportunity to possibly share some nuggets that could help anybody watching this today and anybody that shows up Thursday night grow your business to the next level.
Very nice, Steve. All right, Lee, talk to us, bro.
All right, I'm gonna pass the mic. So I'm grabbing the mic from Steve. I thought that was kind of cool. But so this is Lee. Why live events? Okay. My business has really taken a big shift from live events. I'm usually the person that's sitting in my office behind the computer, whatever. And it wasn't until I started going to live events that I actually saw people in person, right?
Right.
Like, hey, I see that guy on Facebook, or I see what they're doing. But when you are actually in the same building, in the same room, and you can walk up and say, hey, brother, like Del Turtle say, high five, you hug your neck.
Yeah.
You can only do that in a live event. Virtual events are cool, but you can really only get that face-to-face, toes-to-toes experience at a live event. So I'm excited about Thursday. Absolutely.
Very nice. Awesome, Lee. Awesome. Fantastic, brother. You got to pass it the other direction. You got to go the other direction to get to Clestine. You got to go.
Oh, is it backwards?
There you go.
Okay. I see it in reverse.
All right, Clestine, talk to us.
I am Clestine, the Purpose Coach at mypurposecoach.com. I love people. Okay, I just love people. I have a transformation business, and what I do is I have a 5-step process that helps people to become more focused and to build consistent success in their business. And I'm a lover of people, and I have a passion for helping people to live their purpose because I used to be in a JOB, and I hated getting up in the morning, and I was in JOB for a while, and it wasn't until I started living my purpose that I really came alive, and my life just took a turn for the better. I became more passionate, more energized, and so I'm really passionate about helping people to live their dream, and it might take work and effort, but you know what? You will not enjoy your life until you start living your life purpose. And so I love getting in front of people and speaking and connecting with people because there's nothing more than having the energy of that physical space and connection with people. So that's why I love networking.
Very, very nice. I love that. Powerful. Okay, so really quickly, this will be fun. Let's everybody go around real quick. Okay. One networking disaster. Okay, really quickly. Let's tell one quick disaster story. One thing that you did wrong in networking, and that one thing that you did wrong has taught you how to be a better networker. And I'll go first, all right? And this time we're going to go counterclockwise. So it'll be me, Lee, Clestine, and then we'll end with Steve, all right? So, all right, I remember one time when I was at a networking function and I really wanted to talk to somebody else other than the person that I was talking to at the moment. And I tried my best because the person that I wanted to talk to was like right behind the person that I was talking to. And I was like, I don't want this person to leave. So I tried my best to focus on the person I was talking to that I really was not interested in. I had no interest in talking to this person. I didn't approach them. They approached me. But I did my best to make eye contact with them and seem like I was interested and I cared about them when all I was really on my mind was the person that was behind them. And after about 2-3 minutes, the person finally said, you know what? I understand that you don't want to talk to me right now. And I'm so sorry that I'm holding you up from talking to whoever's right behind me. And I can tell everything. And then she said, I'm actually she was a nonverbal communication expert. And she was so she was all into body language. And I didn't know that, right? But she was like, so everything in your body language says you don't want to be here right now. And she called me on my stuff, and I was like, and as soon as she called me, I said, you know what? And I grabbed her hand, and I said, I am so incredibly sorry. I said, you're 100% right, and I appreciate you for letting me know that my slip was hanging. And I said, I need to calm down and realize that if it's meant for me to meet that lady, that I'm going to meet that lady or meet that man. I don't even remember man or woman, but if it's meant for me to meet that person, I'll meet that person. And they'll stay long enough for me to connect with them. But there's also a great purpose for me connecting with you right here, right now. And in fact, I'm a communication, I've got a communication background as well. And so we ended up talking for another 10 minutes. And the person that I wanted to talk to stayed. So it worked out. And so I guess my lesson from that little disaster was when you're at these functions, understand that you're going to network with people that you're interested in networking with. And sometimes you're going to end up connecting and talking to folks that you really might not necessarily think at the beginning that you want to connect with. But if you can ask the right questions and get clarity up front, you can end up meeting some people that you thought, in other words, you could say, okay, I was really going to meet person A, and really you needed to meet person B. Does that make sense? Sometimes we give me some hands on that one, everybody. Give me some hands on that one. Sometimes you can go to a function thinking that you need to meet person number A, and it's really person number B that you really need to connect with. And so sometimes it's not even about the like, even when you go to speaking engagements, everybody wants to meet the speakers on stage, but you don't understand that success events have a self-selection mechanism built into them. Only the top 10%, the top 7 to 10% of people seek out a live success seminar for personal and professional development. So it's the people in the room that are vitally important as much as it is the people that are on the stage that you want to connect with. So the tip of the lesson is don't let your body language give away that you're not interested, and also understand that sometimes your aspiration to meet person A can cause you to miss out on meeting person B who you really needed to connect with. That's my disaster. That's my truth. That's me being transparent. I'm gonna pass the mic. Go ahead, Lee.
Whoa!
Can I get some hands on that one? Can I get some hands on that?
I really think we should have went the other way because now I got to come behind Dale. Dale had a story. Dale had a endpoint pack. Dale had a point. You know,
call to action.
Right, action plan. Like I took notes. I'm sitting here like, okay, got it. They got tweets in there that I can use. All kinds of stuff. So,
Steve, get him off me, man. It's your job. Get Lee off me. What is going on, man?
Right. So I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, I got to get a better story, right? So, but here's what I want to say. Okay, here is my fail and what I learned from it, right? So I go to a networking event, right? I don't really know anybody, blah, blah, blah. And some sweethearted person, they walk over to you and they say, hey, Lee, hey, person, you know, I got my little name badge. Hey, I'm Lee with Full Success Media. So they say, hey, Lee, what do you do? And I'm like, wow, this is a nice, friendly person, right? So after that, I said, yeah, I do this. And, you know, I work with people, blah, blah, blah. And from that time on, every break, every time we broke for coffee or whatever, I went to that person. Like, hey, hey, how you doing? So how is everything? Blah, blah, blah. Like the whole networking event, like I was like, this person was nice to me. I'm afraid of everybody else in the room.
Right. So that was your person. That was your person.
This is my person. Right. We talking about the speaker. Hey, what do you think about this? Yeah. And he's like, dude, we still, you know, I said hello, not, hey, how you doing, buddy? You know, lifetime partner. Right. So I'm sitting here like, so my fail was the one person that showed a little bit of interest or that wanted to talk to me, I latched onto him. So, you know, all the other people in the room, they could have been, you know, great friends or great opportunities, but I got locked in on this person. They said hi. So we became friends for like 2 days in the conference, right? Right. And so I think that when someone says hello or reaches out their hand of friendship, yes, accept it. Yes, make the most of that opportunity, but realize that it's okay if you're cool enough for one person to say hello to, you know, perhaps you can build a relationship with other people as well. So don't get so locked in that, hey, this is I'm sitting next to them, you know, I'm sitting there like, hey, what's up? You know?
Right.
So I think when you go to these live events, understand that just because someone's nice or friendly to you, you know, be cordial, be friendly, make that connection, but also understand that, hey, you know what? I can make that connection or another connection with someone else. So you don't have to be afraid and stay in that little bubble. So that's my takeaway. And that's, you know, I became that stalker. So that's what I won't do again. Right.
Lee, that's an incredible point, Lee. If I could just underscore something real quick, I really believe it's important, y'all, because at the end of the day, it's elite. What Lee brings up is something powerful that we tend to do quite a bit. Not only do we look for that one person and that's our person for the whole function or whatever, but sometimes we come with people and we come with, you know, 2 or 3 of people, and we tend to stick around the people we came with. Why did you go to a networking function if you're going to stick with the same people you already know? I mean, hello. So at the end of the day, the part of the thing is, even if you go with folks you know, it's important that you split up a little bit, you know, so that way you can really leverage the importance of being at that event. So, but yeah, it's that comfort zone that we tend to get in. And I love you, Lee. I appreciate you sharing, because you're sharing from a perspective of someone who can tend to be a little bit more introverted when it comes to environments like that. And at the end of the day, going to networking functions, et cetera, can be very, very threatening, and you can be very intimidating. So you have to kind of learn how to break that ice in the beginning. And I know that Celestine and Steve are going to talk a lot about that. And that's one of the reasons why you want to come to our event on Thursday night, because it's a fun environment. If you're new to networking, or even if you're seasoned in networking, sometimes just going to networking events or going to live events for the sake of going can get monotonous and boring. It's important to go to things that are high energy, that are content based, content based. Can I get some hands for that? It's important that you go to stuff that is content based, because y'all, you could be around. Listen, there's a difference between networking with people and networking with the right people.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Claps on that one.
Okay. Yeah. There's a difference between networking with the masses and networking with meaning. Okay. And this is why you want to show up on Thursday night. And this is why you want to become a part of this whole movement, because these are the kinds of things that we teach you as a part of the keynote. These are the kinds of things that we teach you when you come on Thursday night to hang out with these ninjas, all 8 ninjas that's going to be hanging out on Thursday night. I don't know who's going to have more fun, the audience or us. I mean, because I wish you guys could see. I wish you guys could see. I wish I could put online the Facebook feed of just the speakers that are getting ready for Thursday night. Just the comedy relief alone is unbelievable. So it's going to be incredible. But I just wanted to underscore that really quickly and pass it on to Clestine. All right, Clestine, you got the time to be transparent, girl. What is your worst networking experience, and what's the biggest lesson you learned from it?
All right. Well, first of all, Del and Lee, I've done them both. So I have been learning. But when I first started, I was one of the people that would just hand out my cards to everybody. Everybody. Just, hi, my name is Clestine.
Don't steal my thunder, girl.
Hi, my name is Clestine. Can I have a card? Here's your card. And I made sure that I gave out all my cards and got as many cards as I could, only to find out that they're going to sit on my desk for a few months, a year, 5 years, collect dust. Then I'm going to put them in a drawer or something like that. Okay, so you have the box, right? So one of the things that I teach my clients is that I speak to a lot of people when I network. All right, I got my little piles right here, right, on my desk. So one of the things I teach my client is I speak to a lot of people, but you're going to have a connection with certain people. And those are the people that I get my card from. Those are the people that I'll say, let's do coffee, let's have lunch, that kind of thing. So, don't be one of those people that just kind of passes out the cards and collecting cards. A card collector, right?
A card collector.
Make a connection. When you go to these networking things, it's about making connections. There's somebody for everybody. A friend, a client, a vendor, your next JV partner, a mentor, a coach. There's going to be someone there for you. Just see who you connect with, and those are the people that you want to build your relationship with.
I love what you're talking about, Clestine, and I really appreciate you as the purpose coach. You know, I am a ambassador of purpose. You know, I eat, drink, sleep, and breathe this whole conversation of purpose. So I'm a huge fan of that. So I thank you so much for being a part of this blab right now. And I really want to underscore something you said that's really profound. You said, don't just go out there trying to network, but rather connect, you know, and I believe that's really, really powerful. Dr. John Maxwell wrote a book about that. You know, he said, great leaders don't communicate, they connect. And I thought that was a really, really powerful book that he created about that whole concept. And then George Fraser, a couple of years earlier, wrote a great book called Click. And in that book, he talked about the importance of making sure that he said something powerful. He said, you know, 80% of the people that I give my business card to, I never have to worry about them calling me or sending me a postcard or anything, because most people never follow up on the leads that they get. And that's one of the reasons why you want to have someone like Lee Fuller in your organization, who he is very, very understated, but he's a ninja when it comes to helping people, helping business owners to take all those stacks of business cards, right, Steve? And
that's right.
Put them into a system. Steve, you should see people going crazy on the news feed, brother. They're going crazy about your plastic bags, brother. So we can't wait to get to you, man. But that's a great strategy. And at the end of the day, I really believe it's important that we have something to do with the cards, you know, once we get there. When you come on Thursday night, make sure you register right now. It's a free event, but you need to register for this incredible event. It's going to be absolutely bananas. If you're anywhere near Tampa, I would drive 3 hours to put myself in the room with the incredible people that are going to be there. I really would. I mean, so if you're in South Florida, if you're anywhere in Florida, I would make the drive. If you're anywhere in North Florida, Central Florida, I would make the drive to be in the room just to shake hands with the people that are coming and to shake hands with the folks that are going to be presenting, and the folks in the audience, and to collect your own baggie of business cards. To collect your own baggie of business cards, right? But it's important that we shift out of this mindset of, oh, who will give me a card? Who will give me a card? Who will give me a card? Again, we're thinking quantity instead of quality. So thank you, Clestine, for underscoring that. That's really important. Steve, talk to us, brother. Your worst experience and what you learned from it, man.
Well, first of all, let me tell you this. The people that are in this bag, these bags, are people that don't know how to network.
Oh.
Wow.
You know, you know why? Because if they were people of influence and if they had made a good enough impression, they would be right here.
Come on, somebody,
they would be right here.
Preach, say something to me in the building.
Yeah. So let me. The biggest mistake that I made in networking was more of a coaching mistake, and I want to share that with you. Clestine touched base on people coming up and shoving their business card in your face. And last year I had done an event, and it was a workshop, and it was titled the 5 No-Nos of Networking. And of course, this shoving the business card in the face was one of those. Well, I went to a big networking event that night, and I was all fired up because I had just done that workshop that day, earlier that day. And I was introduced to a young woman, and she came up to me, and as I stuck my hand out to shake her hand from this introduction, she handed me her business card and immediately gave me a very well rehearsed 30-second pitch.
Right.
And immediately it was just this big smile came on my face, you know, and you could tell that she had been practicing this 30-second pitch for days, maybe weeks, maybe months, because I mean, she didn't miss a beat, bro. She threw it at me, right? along with the business card, right?
Right.
And then after she got done with her 30-second pitch, she said, "So what do you do?" And I said, "Well, I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and I'm a networking coach." And her eyes got real. Yeah, her eyes got real big, and she said, "How did I do?"
Oh my gosh.
Now here is the mistake. This was my networking mistake, and this was a coaching mistake as well, because I told her how she did. And when I got done with her, she sat there just stone-faced looking at me like, oh my gosh, you know?
Right.
Because I let her have it. You know, I basically told her, I said, listen, I said, what are you looking to accomplish here? I said, are you looking to run around and practice your 30-second pitch and get rid of a ton of business cards? I said, are you actually looking to meet some key people of influence, some people that can, not somebody that you can sell to, which is one of the big no-nos, but looking for somebody that you can develop a relationship with, that can open doors for you, that can produce referrals for you, that can come to you on a consistent basis. You see, most people are running around out there, running into these networking groups, throwing out their business card, giving their 30-second pitch. They're selling. But I don't want your card until I ask for it. Until you have made an impression on me, I don't need your business card, because guess what? It's going to go in one of these little Ziploc bags if you haven't done the right things. Now, my mistake was I was a little bit harsh with her, and as I look back at that now, you know, my responsibility as a coach and a speaker is and my purpose, as we talk about purpose, is to uplift people, is to help people go to the next level. And unfortunately, I didn't finesse that with her enough. And I think I left her that night. And I still remember that night. It was a year ago. And I felt bad after I left there, because I know that instead of building her up, I broke her down. And that was probably one of the biggest networking mistakes and coaching mistakes that I've made. So, but I'm excited to be here with you guys, because, man, this is This is awesome. I'm excited.
Well, Steve, I appreciate your transparency, and I appreciate what you're talking about, because I really believe that is so true. I mean, we get in this cattle call mentality, and it's like when someone's pushing that on you. I love the words that you used. I was listening to your linguistics, and you said she was pushing her card to me, and she hit me with her 30-second pitch. Wow. None of that sounds attractive. None of that sounds inviting. It all sounds like you're being very, 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 and there's nothing wrong with being deliberate. There's nothing wrong with being intentional, and nothing wrong with having intentionality and purpose behind why you do what you do. But at the end of the day, we want to connect. We want conversations. You want to go to these events and have conversations with people. These aren't robots, right?
That's right.
So get out of that whole notion. And at the end of the day, I mean, you can go and take a whole wad of business cards, but I really believe that you should hustle to the point to where you don't need to carry a business card.
That's right. That's right. You got to hustle till you no longer have to introduce yourself.
Come on, somebody. Can I get a witness on that one? You need to build exactly. You got to get to the point to where you can walk into a room and people say, "Oh, I know who that is." You know,
that's right.
And if you do need to connect with somebody, you don't have to give them a card. You can say boom, or you can say something that I love to say: Google me. Google me. Type in DELA, and Google finishes the rest for you. You know what I'm saying? And then, I'm one of the. And here's what I like to do. Sometimes I challenge people, and y'all trying to get me to give away stuff that I'm really going to be sharing on Thursday night. So make sure you register. Hey, y'all, Lee, Larry, Roger, type that in there. Type the message for people to register for the event, because y'all, we're dropping just some light. This is just some appetite. This is just some. This is just a salad right now. We just giving you some salad and some breadsticks right now. But the real meat is coming at the event. But sometimes what I do, y'all, this is just a strategy Del Toro does, is I will test a person. Because, Steve, you were talking about coaching. Sometimes I'll test a person because I'm in my level of career and what I do now. It's like when I go to networking events, I get a lot of attention. But sometimes people are always asking me the same question. Hey, I want to be a speaker. Hey, I want to be a publisher. Hey, I want to write a book. Hey, I want to start a business. Hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a 7-figure entrepreneur. I want to be XYZ, right? And so I say, okay, well, here's the litmus test. I'm not going to give you my card, but Google me. And if you can find me on Google and you subscribe to my newsletter and you subscribe to my video series and you take these 4 or 5 online actions that are a simple follow-up to this live experience, that lets me know that you're serious. And so what I've learned how to start doing is using some online things to kind of take people through a filtration process to help me determine how serious they are about going to the next level with me and my organization. So that's something that I've learned and I've utilized over the years. It's been very, very helpful. So I think these strategies are incredible, y'all. And I think that's really what it's all about is learning things that you can utilize to go and grow to that next level. You want to be there Thursday night, the 19th at 6 p.m. You do not want to miss it. You need to be there promptly at 6. The reason why you need to be there at 6 is because listen, to me, there's nothing worse than going to an event and you miss the networking portion. Because if that's the case, you really missed 60% of the event itself. So you always want to make sure that you get to an event early enough to make sure that you're there for the networking portion. So that way you can go and grow and take your life and your leadership and your business to that next level. Vitally important if you want to grow and take it to that next level. So y'all, we've talked about failures, right? So what would you say is one story of tremendous success that you had as a result of going to a networking function, and why it's so important that in addition to online networking and building our social media following, I heard this expression a long time ago, high tech will never replace high touch. And I really believe that, it's like, do you want a picture of a birthday cake on your birthday, or do you want an actual birthday cake, right? Come on, somebody. At the end of the day, I love technology, and I think technology is great and incredible, but I want to hug my daughters. I don't want to Skype them. I want to hug them. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important that that high touch remains high touch and high tech is high tech. But although technology tries to replace those things to the best of its ability, sometimes it's not really that successful. So I think it's really important for us to really make sure that we're being diligent about what it means to really create high touch environments and put ourselves in high touch environments. So you want to be there November 19th at 6 p.m. at the Tampa Oldsmar Courtyard Marriott for an incredible live experience. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be raising funds for the Keynote, which is our brand new inspirational business reality television show based upon the #1 fear in America. And if you're on this blab and you cannot come to the event because you're not here in this area, You don't have to come to the event. You can make an amazing contribution by visiting thekeynotecampaign.com, thekeynotecampaign.com. We're asking folks to get involved with this incredible project. It's an inspirational business reality television show based upon the #1 fear in America, which is public speaking. And we're really, really excited about it. Everybody that's on this blab is a contributor to the project. Roger Silvera, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. How you been?
How you guys doing today?
Fantastic, man. So Roger's going to be one of our speakers on this Thursday night, and we're really excited about having him. So Roger, quickly, tell us who you are, and tell us, you jumped in as we were finishing up our conversation on worst networking experiences and lessons we learned from it. So tell us one horrific networking experience that you had, and what's the big lesson that you learned from it? I think his camera went out for a quick second there. We'll come back to him in 1 second. We'll come back to him in 1 second. All right, so let's keep rocking and rolling, everybody. All right, so I want to hear, Clestine, can you tell us really quickly what's one of the things? Okay, Roger's coming back right now. Let's see if he's there. Technology is great when it works. Whoop, there he goes. How are you, Roger?
I'm doing well, man. Sorry about that.
No problem at all, man. Hey, tell us one networking mistake that you made, one transparent mistake that you made in networking, and the lesson that you learned from it really quickly. And then we're going to change gears and talk about something completely different. So you'll be the last one to talk about mistakes, and then we're going to change gears. Go ahead, Roger.
Well, I think first and foremost, man, when I first started in my financial services practice, there's a difference between being hungry and being desperate. And obviously I was in a room where, kind of like a BNI type of deal, whatnot. And I really didn't have the concept of really, building strategic relationships or building strategic alliances. Yeah. I had no clue what I was doing. This is 10 years ago, maybe almost the beginning of my career.
Right.
And I really just had to learn the hard way. I really had to learn from other people that are masterful networkers and understanding the aspect of, give value first. And then when you're attractive to people will ultimately want to flock to you. And
nice.
and I just wasn't attractive. I didn't have no value.
Right.
And I thought value was, a kind of push instead of pull. And so, and for folks that are, maybe new to entrepreneurship or new to networking, they're going to realize that it's a totally different ball game when you get into a room of influencers versus kind of like the status quo, the 97% that come to a networking event and just try to pitch. When you get to a room of influencers, you'll see the difference in the mentality. You'll see the difference in the conversation. The conversation's not, hey, how you doing? Do you have a card? I don't give a dog about a card. All I care about is, how can I help you? One question is how can I help you? Who can I introduce you to, or what value can I bring to you, in terms of your business? If I know a little bit about your business, I can see what I can do in terms of bringing value to you. And if I can bring value to you, then that's the first step in a relationship.
I totally agree with that, Roger. I couldn't agree with you more, man. And I'm really proud of you, and just to see how your business has grown over the years. Just everybody that's on this blab. I've had this is a unique privilege for me because I don't get a chance to do events in my local area that often. So it's wonderful to see Roger and Clestine and Steve and Larry and Lee and so many others that aren't on the blab right now. But I remember when their careers got started, and a lot of them remember when my career got started, because we're roughly all the same age. I'm gonna claim to be the youngest amongst the group, but we're gonna leave that alone. Anyway, but we're all in that same age bracket. We were all of us were raised on Boyz II Men and New Edition and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Can I get a witness? And Fat Boys and Kool Moe Dee and Run DMC and all that.
I'm still 25.
So Gen X till we die, baby. They talk about millennials. Gen X is where it's at. No, but I'm so.
Hey, Dell, you used to listen to NSYNC, bro?
Oh man, before I became a speaker, I wanted to be a member of Boyz II Men. Man, I had like 4 singing groups over the course of before I became a speaker. Man, are you kidding me? What? Right? I'll tell that story later. But yeah, so that was my joint. But no, I'm so proud of everybody and how their careers have blossomed and how everybody's taking it to that next level. Really quickly, everybody, give us a quick 30-second preview about what you're going to be talking about on Thursday night. Tell us really quickly what you're going to be talking about on Thursday night and why people have to show up to be a part of this incredible experience. Just give them a quick appetizer about what you're going to be teaching on Thursday night. We'll start off with you, Steve. Go ahead.
All right. Well, what's funny is I'm actually titling my talk on Thursday night, Two-A-Days. And this goes back to my football days. I grew up one.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. And Dale, you mentioned it earlier. You know, I get, you know, as a professional speaker and author and et cetera and coach, you know, I get contacted a lot by people who say, I want to write a book. I want to start speaking. And the reality of it is that most people are saying that because they're on social media and they're seeing the pep rally.
Yes, it.
They're seeing the goals being scored, the touchdowns being scored, but they don't really know what led up to the pep rally, what led up to that touchdown. You know, and many people aren't willing to do.
That's right.
What it takes to get to that level. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. You know, and it's going to be an exciting night. What I'm also going to talk about is in that time frame is there's a missing link. There is a missing link that most people fail to realize that is the difference between reaching those goals and becoming successful and those people that just have a dusty dream sitting up on a shelf collecting dust. There's a missing link. I'm going to give you that missing link on Thursday night.
Woo, 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 woo. Make sure, y'all. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. Let me just tell you. I would come Thursday night if one of these folks was speaking. I would come for one of them, just so you know that. I would come for one of them. But you get all 8 of us in the room, and you get, I mean, just the energy alone is going to be unbelievable. And so you want to make sure that you come hang out with us, man. Steve, that's going to be powerful, man. I can't wait to hear about the missing link, and I cannot wait to hear about Two-A-Days, brother. I used to do, before people know this, I'm kind of short, and people call me the motivational Kevin Hart, but they're going to learn today. Come on, somebody. You're going to learn today, right? And so I used to play football. I used to play tailback, and I used to also play cornerback. And so I know all about them Two-A-Days, brother. And even when the coach got really pissed, 3-A-Days right before a big championship game. I know about so I can't wait to hear about that. It's going to be extraordinary. Clestine Herbert, give us a quick little mozzarella cheese stick. Give us a quick little flatbread about what you're going to be talking about coming up on Thursday night.
All right. I'm going to be talking about the art of focus, and I'm going to be rolling a few things in there. But I did a survey a few months back, and I asked people what was one of the major things that is hindering your business. And the majority of people said focus. They did not know how to focus. So I'm going to be sharing 3 powerful things that you can do to focus, because if you don't know how to focus in your business, you are going to be everywhere. There is so much information out there, but there are 1 or 2 things that connect with you, that are right for your personality type, they're right for your strengths, that are going to help to propel you to your next level. And if you don't know about that, you're going to continue going here, there, and everywhere and not being able to move forward. So I'm going to be talking about the art of focusing. And I'm also going to be sharing the one thing that if you don't do this one thing, you will never get to the success level that you've been dreaming on.
Nice. Very nice. The one thing you got to do, and then three areas of focus. You know, I really, really firmly believe that, Clestine, that's vitally important for us. I mean, because, you know, we can become, of course, as we know, a jack of all trades and a master of none, right? And people don't hire jacks, they hire masters. So if we're going to be really successful entrepreneurs and take our dreams and visions and aspirations to the next level, we got to be able to focus. So, Clestine, I cannot wait to listen and grab great notes and value from your session on Thursday night. And thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of this and make time in your schedule and your agenda to come hang out with us. Y'all, make sure you register for this absolutely free event. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be bananas. And make sure that also for those of you all who are on this blab and you're not in the Tampa area, make sure that you're following us as personalities on Periscope. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and other platforms, because on that night we're gonna try to Periscope the different sessions these different TED Talks, if you will, that are going to be happening as we're raising money for the keynote. We're going to be Periscoping these. So if you follow each one of these brands on Periscope, you'll be able to get a chance to kind of get a bird's eye view and kind of be a fly on the wall on Thursday night for this incredible night as we have an incredible crowdfunding party. So thank you so much, Clestine. Thank you so much, Steve. All right, Roger, give us a quick, give us a sound bite, Doc. You got to give us a little something, man. You financial advisor, wealth coach, strategist, entrepreneur, man. Talk to us, man. Give us 1 or 2 nuggets. What you gonna be dropping on Thursday night?
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm looking forward to it. One of the things with entrepreneurs that is very, very prevalent is cash flow structure. And one of the things that I see a lot of is the mismanagement of cash flow. That's what I see too often than not. And this is especially true with traditional businesses, is that they'll commingle funds for different purposes. I'm going to teach you a concept and how to have the quick distinction between revenue and personal income, and how to have accountability and, in a sense, dictate how your cash flow should be structured versus it dictating to you. Okay.
Wow.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to really give you a crystal clear outlay as how to manage cash flow, but then how to turn it into opportunity so that you can start to leverage for different things that you want to do moving forward as a business owner.
Wow. Now, I mean, gee whiz. You said a lot there, Roger, because really what you're also talking about is the importance of making sure that you, as an entrepreneur, are protected, that there's some separation between you as a person and you as a business. And I mean, there's legal ramifications, implications of that. I mean, so that's genius. I mean, just that in and of itself is really, really powerful. I can't wait to hear that. I mean, so y'all, you've heard from 3 of the 8 speakers that are going to be presenting, and you still got so many other incredible presenters that are going to be there. Myron Golden's going to be there. Russ Barnes is going to be there. You've got Lee Fuller, who's going to be there. You've got Del Toro, who's going to be. I think that guy's going to show up or something. He might have something to say. I'm not sure, but but absolutely incredible, everybody. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited to get all these amazing folks in the room, and they can tell you for themselves that the journey has not been easy, but they've stayed the course. And I think that's one of the things that every one of them can tell you. They decided to be like a stamp and stick to one thing until it delivers. As long as I've known Roger, he's been in financial services and wealth building. As long as I've known Steve, he's been passionate about networking, connecting with people, and helping people go from zero to hero. As long as I've known Clestine, she's been passionate about helping people discover what they're meant to do with life. And I remember in the beginning, Clestine, it was divine discipline, and now it's the purpose conversation. But it's all been around using your God-given assignment to make your dream happen. So, it's really exciting to see all these amazing entrepreneurs kick butt and take names. All right, y'all, we got 15 minutes left. What I'd like to do is a lightning round, okay? What's one amazing networking one amazing tip that works in most networking environments, and one amazing tip that that works well when attending a live event? So I'm asking 2 separate questions. What's one great strategy for networking when you're going to just a regular networking function? And then when you show up to a live seminar, like a live conference or a live seminar or a workshop, what's one good strategy that a person could utilize to maximize their attendance at that live event, workshop, or seminar? Lightning round. Clestine, you go first.
One good thing, smile and bring positive energy. It might sound simple, but I tell you, when I have done that, I connect with more people.
All right, so smile and bring positive energy. That's a great networking tip. Okay, now give us a tip for live events and seminars.
Live events and seminars. Bring your notepad and a pen, because you are going to be leaving with some life-changing information.
Okay, all right, now I'm going to throw something out there, because Clestine, you just said it. So let me ask you a question. Is it better at live events to use pen and paper or iPad and laptop? I'm just throwing it out there. What's better, y'all? I mean, I see people do pen. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Steve, Roger, weigh in on that. What do y'all think? Is it better to handwrite these notes at a live events, or is it better to type it out in your iPad or your laptop?
It's better to handwrite it, bro. If I don't write it down, it's no good.
I agree.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing with writing, it actually allows you to commit it to memory And the thing is, if you write in chunks, meaning that if you have take little bullet points,
Right.
and then you construct it in a way. Now, what you can do is I would have like an iPad recorder,
Yep.
and then write down the notes, but then you can always listen to the recording and fill in the fillers and things of that nature, because subconsciously you're better off writing stuff down. You'll commit it to memory more, but then
Right.
also you want to have that recording there so that maybe you can fill in some of the details that maybe you've missed. You don't try to write down everything, guys. It's impossible. All right.
Right.
Because we're going to be coming at you with 7 minutes, and it's going to be a fire hose in that regard. But I want you to write down the key aspects of what you learn and be able to commit that and take action on the things that you learn.
Very good. Very well, Roger. Since you're already talking, go ahead and give us your one great networking tip and one great live event strategy.
Well, the great networking tip is simply to ask questions, right? Mm-hmm. And the first question you should ask is, how can I help you? Who are you looking to? Who are looking to meet, or how can I help you and assist you in your business?
Nice.
Be of servant mentality. All right. And when you start to position yourself from that perspective, you are automatically attractive. And 97% of the people out there don't do that. All right. It's what's in it for me, for the majority of the people. Do the opposite. And anything in being successful, you have to do the opposite of what the masses do.
Absolutely. Firmly agree with that.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of live events and things of that nature, just exactly what I talked about. Really from the standpoint of being able to write notes in chunks, take bullet points. And the thing is, take the one thing out of each of the speakers and commit to applying that. All right. The one thing, because if you have 10 things, it's impossible. Take one thing, maybe write down 3 and then narrow it down to 1.
Yep. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Roger. Absolutely powerful. Clestine, Roger dropping some great nuggets. Take your notes in chunks and also make sure that you say, okay, now out of all the great notes that I took, what's the one thing I'm willing to apply? And I'm gonna give you I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper on top of what Roger said. Before you leave the event or the environment, take one action in the direction of what you were inspired to do. So in other words, before you leave to go back to your norm, while you're inspired, while you're encouraged, while you're motivated, right? Take one action in that environment. I don't care if you got to make a phone call. I don't care if it's an email you need to send. I don't care if it's an appointment that you need to set. Before you leave the energy and the ambiance of that environment that's trying to shift you, take an action step in that direction. And then find an accountability partner, someone that you can call a friend, a partner, and say, hey, let's do this together. Let's do this together, because if we do it together, then I'm not in it by myself. Does that make sense? So it's a key. If you want to give me some hands on that one, y'all. It's really, really important. If you want to take it to that next level, it's vitally important that before you leave the environment that inspired you, that you at least make sure you take some action in the direction of it, and find one other person that you can link up with, right? So Roger said, right, come up with one major takeaway. I agree with that. And then find one person that you can implement that takeaway with. All right? Really, really important. All right, Steve, talk to us, sir. What's one awesome strategy for networking and one live event strategy so we can show up better when we show up to live events?
All right. Well, my networking strategy is choose 5. When you go to a networking event, slow down so you can speed up. In other words, there may be 50, 100, 200 people at this event. Focus on connecting with 5 people of influence.
That's it.
5. Because if you can focus and slow down and give those 5 people, now you're going to know who these people are. They're the people that are usually in lead positions at the event. They're people that are standing during the open networking session that may have 20 people surrounded around them, and they're telling a joke, they're telling a story, people are engaged, people are listening. You'll know who those top 5 people of influence are at that event. Those are the people that you want to connect with, and you want to know all about them. So choose 5. That's my networking, top networking strategy.
Nice.
As far as an event strategy goes, my top strategy is to partner up. I believe that if you can go to an event with a friend, 2 heads are better than 1. not only can you both work the room together, but you can discuss exactly with each other what you're looking to accomplish from the event. You can hold each other accountable for that. You can compare your notes. We just talked about taking good notes. What if you missed?
Yep.
Tune in Thursday night for the rest of what Steve has to say.
Oh, wow. A cliffhanger. A cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Right? It's gonna be there. Let me put that link in there. Go ahead.
For real. I mean, his hand gesture and everything was brilliant. It was perfect.
Awesome. That was awesome.
To be continued. And Clestine, I brought you in just in time for you to say that too. That's what's crazy. That is bananas crazy. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's unbelievable.
That was hilarious. Oh no.
So, well, anyway, I love what Steve was talking about, because Steve was talking about making sure that you connect with 5 people. He said, slow down so you can speed up. He was talking about the importance of making sure that, listen, if there's 100 people in the room, don't try to connect with 100 people. Right. You're gonna go crazy. You're gonna literally be going around like a rabbit. You're gonna be pushing your agenda. Right. One of the things that I love to express, and we'll talk about this on Thursday night, is at the end of the day, anytime you go up to a person and you push and you press, they're gonna push back. And so you don't want to push. What you really want to learn how to do is you want to create that dialogue and that relationship and that rapport, right? Very, very important if you want to go to that next level. So he was talking about the importance of saying, I want to connect with 5 people of influence. And he even gave you some great strategies on how to look for who those people of influence are. And they're not always the best dressed people in the room that are the key people of influence, because sometimes the people in the room that are the key people.
I know I got kicked off there somewhere.
Yeah, you did. We're gonna bring you back in, man. But one of the things I was just piggybacking on what you were saying, Steve, is that sometimes the key influencer is not the most dressed up person in the room, because they are so busy pulling the event off that they might be in flip flops, they might be in comfortable clogs, their jacket might be off, but that might be the person that pulled off the whole event. You never know, so you want to treat everybody with respect, because you never know who somebody is. Very important if you want to take it to that next level.
To kind of piggyback off that, Dale, I was just at this event down in Boca, right? Mm-hmm. And to kind of piggyback off what Steve was saying also about picking your 5. So I'm talking to this individual, and the first thing, I introduced myself, blah, blah, blah. It was just kind of a group. And I saw this person kind of back over, and they Googled you, or checked your Twitter or whatever. They they was like doing research, like, okay, blah, blah, blah. So one thing is, but what happened is after I guess she went to Facebook or whatever, the conversation was a lot more interesting, because she was like, hey, so you do this, so
some context.
Yeah, she did some research, and the conversation was a lot deeper.
Right.
One, from my perspective, now I need to know who this person is,
Right.
So that was, I thought, very strategic, so if you're choosing your 5, but also what you said, if a person doesn't have a huge, Periscope following or a huge fan page or whatever, you still don't, because I've met people who run, multi-million-dollar businesses, but it's offline. So you don't necessarily, you don't not engage with them because of the social media, but it helps you build
Sorry, man, I don't know what I did. I didn't touch anything, man. It just happened.
It's all good. No worries.
It was a cliffhanger. You were like this.
I can't hear you.
Oh wow, it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, Lee, but no, I agree with you, brother. I agree with what you're saying, because at the end of the day, you're so right. It's like this person took the time to go off to the side and Google you, so that way they can be more familiar with you, and then come back and have the deeper conversation,
right?
Which I think is a smart strategy as well. And that's really influential for us to realize that people are always checking us out. So it's important that you know what's going on your social sites, what people are finding out about you.
That's true.
So that way you can make sure that information is relevant, and it and that you're and one of the things I'll say, and as we bring this to a close, is make sure your commercial does not outsell your live performance.
Let me give you props on that one.
So many times so many times we can do a great job at marketing, so much so that we market ourselves to this level, right? You're like, wow, I'm here, right?
Right.
And then if I meet you live and your live presentation of yourself is here, but all your stuff on social is here, there's a big disconnect. So it's vitally important that when you show up, I don't care if it's a grocery store, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You got to make sure that we understand that the world is flat now. It's like, it's so, I mean, people could be Facebooking you or Periscoping you, and then you can see them at the gas station 5 minutes later. I mean, So it's important that you be congruent and consistent with your brand, understanding that your brand is not something that you can take on and off. I mean, nowadays it follows you everywhere. So make sure that your marketing and your branding doesn't take you to a place where your talent and your gifting and your integrity cannot sustain you. I hope that you all have enjoyed the Ninja networking and live event strategies for marketing yourself and your business. Thank you so much, Roger. Thank you so much, Roger Silvera. Thank you so much, Clestine Herbert. Thank you so much, Steve Hopper, Larry Beecham, Lee Fuller. Thank you so much, Colleen. Thank you so much for the entire team who's jumped on board to be a part of this incredible, incredible event. We really appreciate you all for jumping on and being a part. And we want to give you a special invitation to come hang out with us on Thursday night for the incredible, incredible Tampa crowdfunding party. Invite people. This is a free event, y'all. Bring as many folks as you can to this incredible event, and make sure you register. It's a free event, and we're going to have an incredible time. Everybody's going to leave with a wonderful gift. Everybody's going to leave inspired, empowered, and we're going to be raising funds for an incredible cause which we're really passionate about. And you want to be in the room to connect with these amazing, amazing speakers, communicators, and experts. So thank you so much for joining us.
I feel like I'm on a deserted island right now.
We hear you.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, brother.
I feel like I need to grab Wilson, my volleyball, start talking to him.
Pretty much, right. Castaway up
Del
here.
Toro is going to be my. I got a picture of his face frozen on my screen right now.
Oh God, it's all good. Well, hey, make sure you all tune in for the next blab that we do. Thank you all so much for being.
Anyways, since there's obviously still some people here, make sure you go come to this event on Thursday night. Make sure you take the opportunity to come out. This is going to be huge. I mean, there's so much stuff on our television right now when it comes to reality television shows. You know, none of this stuff good for us. It's parasites that just eat at our brain and our bank account and our time and all that good stuff.
Right.
But Del Toro has put something together finally that is going to hit mainstream television, a reality show that's going to lift people up. It's going to take people to the next level. It's going to get people excited again. It's going to get people ready to get off the bench and get in the game. I mean, this is going to be such a powerful show. And to be able to be part of that, to be part of something as big as this on Thursday night is extremely exciting to me, and would hope it would be exciting to you to be able to be part of something like this. Go register. This is free, but we still want you to register. Make it there on Thursday night. There's going to be some powerful individuals that are going to be in the building that night that you're going to be able to mingle with, shake hands with, get to know, connect with, who knows what doors may be open for you in your business on Thursday night just by showing up. Just clearing your calendar and showing up on Thursday night, you may be able to make some connections that could literally not only change your business, but change your life. So I'm just encouraging everybody in this moment of silence that we're having here with the technical difficulties that we're experiencing. If you haven't registered yet, do that, and we look forward to seeing you guys Thursday night.
Absolutely.
I just want to add, don't come alone. You know, share the wealth.
Bring people.
It's going to be a wealth of knowledge. This isn't just going to be rah, pump me up. We're not individuals. We're motivational, we're inspirational, but we come with powerful, impactful information. So share the wealth, bring some friends with you, because you never know, your next client might be there, or your next joint venture partner, or friend or sponsor. Share the wealth.
Absolutely.
That's right, Clestine. And Clestine, I'm excited to get to see you that night. I haven't seen you in a few weeks.
It's been a few weeks. Right? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now I want to
Well, listen, everybody, thank you all so much for being on this wonderful blab. And we cannot wait to connect with you soon. Make sure you connect with all these
can hear everybody. Oh, my gosh. Well, I probably just went off on a tangent there then, didn't I?
It's okay, Steve. We're all good. So thanks, everybody. We appreciate you all for being on tonight, this afternoon.
Crazy.
And we're going to rock and roll and have a great time.
But
we'll see you on the next blab. It's going to be awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm just going to be quiet.